This is a pogo stick, and it's extremely dangerous. But today, I'm gonna attempt insane tricks with it with absolutely no idea how to do it. I wanna try to get the basics down and then working my way up to the really hard tricks, each of which will increase in difficulty as I go. So I wore my beloved helmet and I started trying.
Alright, let's jump on it.
And as soon as I tried it, I also realized why this thing is also called lethal bouncing object. I just made that up. I gave it my best shot and have been almost immediately able to bounce, but really low and extremely wobbly. I kept losing balance and I wasn't able to keep from tilting.
It is so scary. How do the kids do this?
This thing is kinda similar to the jumping stilts, but instead of becoming a superhuman cyborg, now the goal is to become a kangaroo or a spring. Well, sounds easier. After watching a few videos, I found out that there are two key things to balance on the pogo. Number one is finding the right surface. And obviously wet floors and muddy hills are out of the question. What I need is a totally even surface with a hard floor to help the pogo stick compress when it bounces.
The only problem with the hard floor is that it's hard.
Apparently, you can test the grip of any surface by angling your pogo at about 45 degrees from the ground and applying a few kicks to see if it feels sturdy. Number two is maintaining a proper form. Basically, to go up and down without moving, I need to keep my center of gravity inside the area of support. And by keep trying, I slowly realized that centering my feet on the pegs and keeping my knees in front of the tube at all times finally allowed me to feel confident for the first time. Simply bouncing surprisingly requires a lot of focus that I clearly don't have. Imagine what's gonna happen when I try the tricks.
And since I'm getting at least decent at jumping tricks, is exactly what I'm gonna do next.
The first trick I wanted to learn is called the no footer, and it's one of the easiest ones, but fundamental to learn some of the more advanced tricks.
Basically, if I want to do any cool stuff, I need to combine a bunch of simple tricks together.
The aim of the no footer is to remove both of your feet from the pegs as you bounce, pushing them away to create an upside down V shape, and then, hopefully, bringing them back onto the pegs in midair before landing. Well, this is scary. Of course, everyone I watched made it look far easier than it actually is, whereas my first few attempts didn't go so well. It felt extremely uncomfortable trying to take off my foot from the peg, like I kept completely losing balance or bailing. So instead, once I got a big enough bounce, I tried to remove the downward pressure of my feet. This definitely felt more natural, helping me to be a little bit more confident that I would land back on the pegs without breaking something. Next, I tried to get used moving one foot off the peg, which, while still quite intimidating, felt way more comfortable to perform. And when I practiced with both feet, surprisingly, I almost immediately got it.
Yes, let's go. It just clicked. That's insane. First trick down, let's move to the next one. Now I know how to remove my feet from the pegs. Now I need to learn not only a one-handed bounce, but also a no-handed bounce as well.
So first, I wanted to try a one-handed. And instead of starting slowly, I decided to throw myself in it. And I actually got it. I kept trying, and even though I risked some pretty tragic falls, after a few minutes, I got it down both with my dominant hand and non-dominant hand. I was finally ready to remove both hands now. Kind of. This one has been insanely hard. Literally, all of my body was telling my brain not to do this. Why would you do this, Mike? It was like having to overcome your fight or flight instinct, all while keeping balance and maintaining focus. And this resulted in me basically risking my bones multiple times. Eventually, I plucked up the confidence to start moving my hands just a tiny bit, and then immediately gripping the handle.
Yes!
And then, literally out of nowhere, I got it for the first time. And this was so unexpected that I didn't even know how to react. And right when I was getting completely tired, I started holding the bar with the knees to maintaining balance. And just like that, I got it.
Yes! Let's go! Let's freaking go! On to the next one.
But before trying the hardest challenges, we have a serious problem to solve. My girlfriend keeps making fun of my pogo skills, but I bet she can't even use a pogo stick. So you're gonna try this now.
Okay, I'm down.
If you can learn how to jump, I'm gonna give you $1. But if you can learn the no footer, I'm gonna give you $999 on top of
Basically,
that. You simply need to jump and then keep your feet off the pegs midair. That's easy. Give it a try.
Okay, let's try.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a sponsor. So while she tries that, I want to tell you more about BlockFi, which is one of the best platforms to instantly trade crypto. And they are so good, in fact, that they are giving away up to $250 worth of crypto just if you click the link in the description. BlockFi not only allows you to buy and sell crypto, but also to gain interest with your funds, which is a game changer. Right?
It is.
They are literally giving you free money simply by depositing your funds in their interest account. It's like earning money while sleeping. And the interest is insanely high. It's like 8% per year. How can you do that? That's insane! How do you do that? She's gonna try the no footer now. This crypto interest begins accruing immediately after you transfer your funds. And the interest payments go out at the beginning of each month. It's literally free money. I have my crypto there, and I believe there is absolutely no reason not to sign up on BlockFi. Shakes, you can help support the channel and also earn free money. Click the link in the description, and for a limited time, you can earn up to $250 worth of crypto if you open an account. Alright, it's your moment now. Oh my freaking god, she's too good! Now back to the challenges. And the next trick is way harder than the previous ones. And it's called 180 bar spin. Basically, as you bounce, have to twist the pogo as fast as possible so that the handlebars flip side. And to do that, your feet need to float off of the peg like a small no-footer. But at the same time, you also need to do a quite complicated hand movement, spinning the handles around to the opposite side before landing all at once. I definitely had the small no-footer down, but no matter what, I couldn't land the right way after spinning the handle. I kept losing balance or falling backwards.
My biggest problem is that I'm not really controlling where the handles go. I'm simply spinning them really quickly, hoping to land the right way.
Basically, to nail this trick, I needed to get the spin right. And so I practiced for a while on the ground. Then I tried for about 20 minutes and I started landing with one foot literally every single time. After a while, I realized that my biggest problem was landing with my hands crossed. So, logically, I decided to use a more advanced technique, spinning the handles in the air without maintaining contact with the hands. And this means not having feet and hands on the pogo for a slight moment, which is extremely scary, but surprisingly, this started to work. I kept trying a lot and I swear I got so close every single time. I was getting completely exhausted and I was so angry about it that I started jumping way higher than before. And by doing that, in the end, I got it. To be honest, that didn't count, because I couldn't stay on the pogo after landing. And so I tried again. I was literally exhausted and angry because I was so close, but I couldn't get it. I kept going for 10 minutes with no signs of improvement. But then, out of nowhere, something just clicked. And when I got this one, I was insanely happy about it.
Let's go!
The next trick before trying the hardest one is called pad grab. Basically, after bouncing, I need to bend the knees and tilt the pogo stick in order to reach the bottom part of one pad with my hand. The hardest part here is not the jump, but the landing. This pogo stick doesn't quite jump insanely high, so I just have a second or two to complete the entire motion and bring the stick back to the original position. I tried and failed a few times, but this one has been surprisingly easier than the previous trick. And just after a few minutes, I kinda got it. Next, I wanted to try the hardest challenge, removing one hand and both feet at the same time. There is an insane amount of things that could go wrong in this trick, and I basically tried all of them. The secret here is jumping extremely high.
The higher you jump, the scarier it gets, but the easier it gets to land the trick properly. You see?
I kept trying for a while and slowly I was getting better, always extremely close to land it. But I was still missing something.
It is literally a fight with your brain and with gravity. And the ground sometimes. Alright, let's do it.
And then, right after a bunch of painful and extremely demotivating phase, I gave everything I had until this happened.
Yes! Let's freaking go! Let's go!
It's all about practice. Subscribe and check out this video YouTube thinks you'll like next. I'll see you next week with a new one.